What does a partnership between a broker and insurer look like?
So it's a great question. I think now more than ever, partnership in the market is so key. There's a lot of changing risks. There's new emerging risks that a lot of clients aren't prepared for. And for us being insurers and brokers, it's making sure that we're aware of all the risks that are coming up and we're working together so that we're really finding the best solution for every client.
Yeah. I think just to add to that, I think what I feel is a successful partnership, especially with Louis' help, is when we've got to navigate a large organisation such as yours. You being an advocate for Markel really does help penetrate the right people and get us in front of the right people in your business so that we can trade better. So partnership is a real thing with us.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Amazing. And what are you seeing as the biggest areas of change in the market in general, both in relationships, but products, general trends?
One of the biggest things is electronic trading. Obviously AI is really important as well, because that, from an underwriting point of view, and for every part of our business using AI. In fact, on our stand here, we're using AI for those little icon tiles that we're going to have you done for Louis later. There's loads of things that change, but fundamentally it always comes back to a people business. The fact that we're standing here today talking about partnership is it's all about people, really.
Just to add to what James said before about the digitally traded piece, the complexity of the market is changing, rate is changing, and risk profiles for clients now are greater than I think ever. We've got things emerging like in the past 5-10 years, cyber, that previously I know that wasn't really a consideration for anyone. It's just making sure that all clients are covered as much as possible, and like you say, we're finding the best solutions for them, whether that be digitally traded, and really making sure that we're using our relationships that we have to make sure we come up with the best solutions possible.
Yeah, perfect. So on that, in terms of finding the best solutions, obviously we have worked on some pretty big deals with you guys, especially on contractors combined and PI. James, can you tell us a little bit around what we was trying to achieve with that and what the issue was for the clients?
I think for Marsh, obviously there's different parts of Marsh. We've recently been successful in a bespoke contractors combined PI product on Actress. I think what was the sort of big learning point from that is that guys at Marsh were asking us, we're looking for A, B and C, and we offered you A, B, C, D and E. And that combination...
Really going above and beyond.
We went above and beyond, and I think just offering something completely different and bespoke was how we were successful in the end. And we just now got to make that work because it's all starting this week fundamentally. It comes down to the main thing about listening to what your client wants, our client being Marsh, understanding and then delivering something that fits all those solutions. So
on a more general note, in terms of what you see in the space with specialist insurers versus generalist insurers, obviously Markel, hopefully we all know, Markel is a specialist insurer. Are you really seeing that in kind of your conversations with clients around the specialist market versus kind of the general market?
Yeah, so what I love about Markel is you're not a yes, we'll do everything. You know what you do and you know what you do well. And what I really have noticed since, especially working with you, James, is that it's not always you don't say no straight away. It's not a no, we're not going to do this. It's we're going to find a solution. We're going to work together to work internally, pull new things, pull new emerging developments through that are going to really provide the best solution for the client. So I think I really, really enjoy the relationship that we have working together. I think it's quite refreshing and I do really enjoy it.
Yeah, amazing. And then you kind of led me on quite nicely to my next one. What comes to mind when you think of Markel?
I think, to go on what I said again, it's not a no, it's a let's find a yes. You're trying to find the best solution for a client. The people are a huge element. I've met a fair few people from Markel now, and I'd like to say that the general consensus is that you're a fantastic organisation and you've got a really great hiring team that obviously know where to target the best sort of people. What it is that keenness and that willingness to go and work with us to find the best solution for a client. Because ultimately that's what we're all in this space for. We have relationships internally between brokers and insurers, but we're all working for the client at the end of the day, and so it's what can we do to work together and make sure that relationship is as strong as it can be.
Amazing. And then James, from your side?
I've been at Markel over a year now, and one of the most fundamental things that I found being at Markel, and this is testament to what Louis has said, is we've got a can-do attitude across all of our business to find solutions for brokers and really pull out all the stops to do it. And it's not just we're just saying it to be yes men. We're trying to find a solution.
Just to wrap us up, what's next? Obviously, we've had a long-term relationship with the guys at Marsh, but as you've said, we've got very ambitious growth ambitions. So has the whole market. What is kind of next for our relationship, other than you promising more merch and hopefully getting you a gilet?
It's more golf-related stuff, Louis.
No comment.
My ambitions for our relationship with Marsh in totality is to be more relevant across more products and more segments of Marsh. So whether that's Marsh Education, whether that's Marsh Commercial, whether that's Marsh Enterprise, whether that's Marsh Corporate, and all the teams within Marsh, in specialist teams, we need to connect those dots between us as two businesses, because there's so much we can do together and actually really provide solutions.
I look at the insurance industry, very insurer facing, broker insurer, and I go, it's built on relationships and it's built on data. And the relationships part, what can we do to have, if there are any relationships in the regions that we currently do not have, that we feel that there's opportunity there to go and target it. Let's put Markel in front of our placement teams, let's put Markel in front of our offices, let's shout the appetite about what Markel do to our offices and to our colleagues. And I think on the data part as well, is it's how can we enhance that? There's AI elements coming in, as you mentioned before, what can we do to harness the real capabilities that we have in the data, and not only just look at it and go, right, this is how we're performing here, but how can we use it to target opportunity? So I think, with the hunger that you guys have, it's great to see, and I think it will continue as we go later on into the year. But as we target is it by 2030? What the
2030 plan to double in size. I think you just used the word hunger. I think that probably sums up a lot of the things the questions you've been asking. Markel have got the hunger to grow and to grow well with a partner such as Marsh. So hunger is the word of the day.
Perfect, amazing. Well, that's everything that I had for you guys. So thank you so much. You've been great. And
thank you, Jess.
Leave it there.
Brilliant.
Cheers, Jess. Cheers,
Cheers
Lou.